let's talk about one of the biggest wellness superstars out there, Apple cider vinegar. You've seen it everywhere, right? This humble pantry staple has roots that go back thousands of years, but today it's been boosted to almost mythical status. So that leads to the big question we're all asking. Is apple cider vinegar, or ACV as everyone calls it, a real deal miracle cure, or is this just another case of internet hype getting way, way ahead of the actual science? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dig into. Okay, so first things first, what exactly are we talking about here? At its core, ACV is just fermented apple juice. The magic ingredient, or at least the one scientists are most interested in, is acetic acid. And you know that cloudy, kind of murky stuff you see floating in the unfiltered bottles? That's called the mother. It's basically a little colony of proteins, enzymes, and good bacteria. So how did this simple liquid go from being an ancient remedy all the way to blowing up our social media feeds? Well, its history is pretty impressive, you gotta admit. We're talking over 2,000 years ago. Hippocrates himself, the father of modern medicine, was using vinegar to clean wounds. For ages, it's been used as a natural preservative, stopping nasty bacteria like E. coli from growing in food. But today, oh man, the claims have just exploded. Everything from weight loss and glowing skin to keeping your blood sugar in check. But with all this buzz, what does the actual science have to say? Let's take a look at the evidence and start with the claims that, well, the ones that actually have some research to back them up. Of all the wild claims made about ACV, the one that seems to hold the most water, scientifically speaking, is its potential to help manage blood sugar levels. This is especially true for folks with type 2 diabetes. A big review in 2021 that looked at a bunch of different studies found something pretty interesting. For people with type 2 diabetes, taking ACV led to an average drop in their fasting blood sugar of about 8 milligrams per deciliter. Now, that's not a massive, life-altering drop, but it's a real measurable effect. But, and this is a really big but, before you go out and buy a case of the stuff, we need some serious context. Most of these studies, they're pretty small and don't last very long. Plus, the way ACV might work is by slowing down how fast your stomach empties, which can actually be dangerous for people with a condition called gastroparesis. That's why organizations like the National Centers for Complementary and Integrative Health are quick to warn people. Do not replace your actual medical treatments with unproven products like this. All right, let's get to the one everyone wants to know about. The number one reason people are chugging this stuff. Does a daily shot of ACV really help you lose weight? Okay, the evidence here is kind of messy. Some short-term studies did find that people who took ACV felt fuller for about 2 hours after a meal. But when scientists looked at the long-term picture, they found basically no connection between ACV and appetite. Some even think that feeling of fullness might just be a nice way of saying it's causing a little bit of indigestion or nausea. And experts are really clear about this lack of evidence. Listen to Dr. Dan Besesson here. He says that for ongoing issues like weight management, you need to see real long-term benefits. And for ACV, those long-term studies just aren't there. It's definitely not a substitute for a healthy diet and exercise. Now, it's not all about what it might do for you. We absolutely have to talk about the darker side of this trend, the real risks that all the hype online tends to just conveniently ignore. Let's take skincare. The idea is that diluted ACV can help balance your skin's pH. Sounds good, right? But in reality, the stuff can be incredibly harsh. There are actual documented cases of people getting chemical burns from putting it on their skin. One report talks about a 14-year-old girl who ended up with erosions on her nose because she tried some internet hack to remove moles. In fact, this risk is so serious that after looking at cases where kids accidentally drank vinegar and burned their throats, some researchers said it should be treated as a potent caustic substance. They even recommended it be kept in child-proof containers. Wow, that really changes how you see that bottle in your pantry, doesn't it? And the list of potential problems keeps going. Its acidity can literally eat away at your tooth enamel. It can cause indigestion. There's even a case of someone taking huge doses for years who developed dangerously low potassium and bone loss. And this is critical. It can mess with certain medications, including drugs for diabetes. So after hearing all those warnings, you might be thinking, is it even worth it? Well, if you do still want to try ACV, let's talk about how to do it safely. The key here is to be smart about it. There are basically 4 golden rules. Number 1, always dilute it. Seriously, never ever drink it straight. Number 2, start small. Just a teaspoon or 2 a day to see how you feel.
3, honestly, the best way is to just use it in your food, like a salad dressing. The food helps buffer the acid. And number 4, and this is non-negotiable, talk to your doctor, especially if you have any health issues or take any medication.
Now, if you are going to drink it, what the studies have typically used is a dose somewhere between 1 to 2 teaspoons up to 1 to 2 tablespoons a day, and always mixed really well in a big glass of water. So what's the final verdict here? When you strip away all the hype, apple cider vinegar seems to be a really useful tool in the kitchen. It's great for salad dressings and marinades, but it is not a magic potion for your medicine cabinet. The health benefits are pretty modest, they're limited, and they come with some very real risks if you don't use it the right way.
And really, that's the whole point. The real power here isn't in the bottle of vinegar. It's in knowing the facts. So now that you've seen the science behind all the noise, the real question is, what role, if any, is apple cider vinegar going to play for you? Thanks for joining me